Hello everyone, so today is a rather special day. We are here at Bentley Montreal, a division of Decarie Motors, where we will be spending the day with three very special vehicles that are part of Bentley's new model lineup. So without further ado, I invite you all to come along for the ride, and let's take a look at vehicle number one. All right guys, so this is vehicle number one of the day. It is the Bentley Continental GT Coupe. This particular version is equipped with the twin turbocharged V8 engine that produces 542 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in a mere 3.9 seconds. Let's take her for a spin. So overall, as we're going through the suburbs of TMR, where basically Bentley owners would be experiencing the car on a day-to-day basis, from going from home to the office, just kind of cruising around, doing some light errands around town, it's extremely comfortable. I mean, it is a Bentley after all. We are in the most comfortable setting at the moment. In typical Bentley fashion, there's just layers and layers of leather and wood wherever you look. And the just combination between the blue and this camel beige that they call it, with the different wood accents, it's just really, really outstanding. And it's just comfortable as well. You don't even realize that you're in basically a sports car GT at this point. So from this little center lever right here, simply toggle it into sport, as you could see, and the whole character and behavior of the car changes. So you go from a very tame Grand Tour to a completely different animal, and it's amazing the range that it just changes the vehicle. And I think you saw that it just, once the turbos kicked in, it just catapulted me back into my seat. But again, you're in the ultimate in luxury. It's extremely comfortable. There's wood everywhere. The finishings are just top notch. And really, what more do you need? So that was an absolute blast with the Continental GT V8. Now we're back at the dealership to pick up vehicle number two. All right, so as you can see, this is vehicle number two of the day. It is the Bentley Flying Spur. This one is equipped with the W12 engine that produces 626 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. So before we take it out for a spin, let's actually take a look at the rear seats. All right, so as you can see, this being Bentley's luxury saloon, there is an ample amount of legroom back here, and the whole rear seating compartment is really made for the passenger at large. The rear seats over here are extremely comfortable. This double padded almost pillow that we got here, just you could almost take a nap back here, and everything is just very functional. It's very comfortable, it's simple. This one does not have the optional screens that do come with the Bentley, as well as this center console and one of the options that come with the dual screens. This comes out, so it's almost like a little remote that you could control everything from the heated seats, the radio, etc. You could still do this off here, but as I said, this one does not come off from the center console. So other things to note that we have in the Flying Spur is, number one, the name audio system, which is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend you guys check that out to really hear and experience what it sounds like. We also have a rear sunshade that is automatic, so that's really cool. I love that feature. We'll put that back down. Got a little mirror back here. We have our LED lights for added lighting. Little cubby over here with USB ports to charge our wireless devices, cup holders, and like I said, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a great place to be. So now let's jump into the driver's seat. This Flying Spur is equipped with Bentley's W12 engine. As we are presently in rush hour, it's bumper to bumper traffic. We can't really demonstrate on video how well the engine reacts. But I can tell you that compared to the V8 that we tried in the coupe just before, the V8 is a lot more theatrical, pops, crackles, some bangs in between. It's fantastic. What's really nice about the W12 is it's just very smooth all around. Even when you put it in the sportiest setting, it's still quiet. It doesn't make all these rumbles and roars, and yes, you definitely hear it from the outside, but not as much as, like I mentioned, the V8 has. Even though we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic, it's just really comfortable to be in this car, and so the massage seats are fantastic, the leather throughout, it smells nice, and you kind of just forget about everything else that's going on outside and all the stressfulness of Montreal traffic. So the infotainment system has a multitude of different options and information for the vehicle. We have anything from our climate controls, even our massage seats could be controlled from this. The car settings are cool too, so you could adjust depending on the different, let's say, road conditions that you're going on. If you want to go for individual driving modes, you could configure it to your liking, or like in the previous Continental that you saw, we simply just turn the knob right over here and it has a whole bunch of different driving modes. So probably the coolest function of the infotainment system is this. So this is Bentley's rotating screens. So with a simple touch of a button, which you saw, you could go from having all the information of the vehicle to a very clean cluster with the 3 dials here. And when you turn off the car, it's completely flush with no dials, no screen, just the wood at hand. Despite being in traffic for the majority of that drive, that Flying Spur with the W12 was absolutely incredible. We're back at the dealership now to pick up something that's a little bit different pace. Let's move on to vehicle number 3. All right, guys, so as we are nearing the end of the day, this is the third and final car that we will be experiencing. This is the Bentley Continental GT convertible equipped with the W12 engine that produces 626 horsepower and a whopping 664 pound-feet of torque. So as this is a convertible, the best way to experience it is, well, when it's roof down. So with a simple touch of a button, the roof comes down in roughly 19 seconds and at speeds up to 30 miles per hour. All right, guys, so we are in the W12 Continental convertible, the last vehicle of the day. Pretty much everything you've seen throughout the day, more or less the same interior, absolutely stunning car, you know, with just a fully open top experience, which is just fantastic. What's really interesting to note is the W12 in this, it is the same that was in the Flying Spur, where in the Flying Spur it was very tame, it was very quiet, but in this it's actually, it has a little more characteristic and personality to it, which is really nice. Not as theatrical as I mentioned in the V8, but still makes some decent sounds. So I hope you guys could hear it from with the top down. So we're simply just going to put it into sport. So I think you guys could hear already that the whole thing just opened up. You should hear, hopefully hear the little backfires that we got there. There's not necessarily crackles like the V8, but it still has a lot of presence on it. So that was just a little pull on it. But regardless, it's a very, very quick car. It's very capable. And the fact that it's a W12, like I said, it produces the same amount of horsepower that was in the Flying Spur. So over 600 horsepower and a ton of torque that really just propels this open top convertible. So what's nice is you put it back into comforts and you kind of forget what just happened. And it just goes back to being an extremely comfortable cruiser. And that's the premise of what a Bentley is. So before we end the day, let's head back in the showroom where Wesley of Bentley Montreal is going to present us one other model that they currently have here at the dealership.
Hi, my name is Wesley and we're here at Bentley Montreal with the brand new 2021 Bentley Bentayga. The new Bentayga has been refreshed for the 21 model year. We have new headlights, new tail lights to make it look a little bit more like the Continental GT. It's been rounded out, but also it has much more of a presence as well since the wheels have been pushed towards the extremity of the car. Inside, you'll find all the beautiful amenities that you'd expect from a Bentley product. Notably, you'll also find a much larger screen with Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. This here is a pre-production model, but we're expecting the very first V8 models to arrive at the dealership around November or December of this year, and the W12 Speed models to arrive in 2021.
Thank you again to my friends over at Bentley Montreal and Decarie Motors for allowing me to spend the day with those three magnificent vehicles. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, share, and be sure to subscribe for many more videos to come.